What is up, Card Kingdom family? Kenji back for another draft here on Arena once more, as MTGO has another maintenance right when I'm trying to record, and with a baby here, I gotta pick and choose my spots carefully. Anyways, this is some more murders at Karlov Manor. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. And you can always check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all your Magic card needs. We don't have too much time here. We opened Aurelia the Law above, though. Pretty crazy Boros bomb. And Boros is by far the best color pairing in this format, so we're going to take this one at its very base. 5 mana, 4/4 Flying Vigilance Haste. Other good cards in this pack: Case of the Gateway Express, Dog, Basher, Murder, Sprite, Tipster, and Dog Walker. But like I said, didn't have much time to go over that pack, but we did open one of the better ones, so we are just going to go ahead and slam dunk that one. Whenever a player attacks with 3 or more creatures, I draw a card. Whenever a player attacks with 5 or more creatures, deals 3 damage to each opponent, and you gain 3. And this is for any player. So, if your opponent tries to attack with more than 2 creatures, rather, you're going to get some kind of ability off of that. Follow that up. We have a bunch of good red and white cards again. Inside Source, one of the better 3-drops in the format, and there are a ton of 3-drops because of all the disguised creatures, right? You can play them face down. Speaking of the disguised creatures, Bullrack Clan Basher has been extremely impressive. 3/2 double strike trample for 6, but it's got that disguise cost, so it makes it really awkward to try to block in combat. Galvanize as a decent removal spell here. I think the threats are normally better than the removal. Shock is really good because it's 1 mana, 2 damage, which kills a lot of the disguised creatures. Galvanize a little bit less good because it's usually killing a 2 toughness creature, and it costs 1 more than Shock. Getting past a Doorkeeper Thrall here, that doesn't really matter. Some of these packs, you might see duplicate cards, as well as multiple rares, just because of how the new packs are aligned. The play boosters, I guess they're called now. Plus, you can get cards from the list, so you might see some old reprints that don't look... or rather, that look out of place. Let's see what our third pick holds. Makeshift Binding, solid removal spell for white. There's that Dog Walker we mentioned earlier, another really good disguise card for the Boros deck. Fuss to Bother is another good trick/late game creatures. I kind of like taking the Dog Walker here over the Binding. Like I said, I think the threats are more important than the removal in this format, though you do want to get some removal. And here, this is what I'm talking about. Magma from, what was it, in a Zendikar originally or something? No, not Zendikar. I can't remember the format, but this one in particular is from one of the modern master format flashbacks. But yeah, this is a card that's obviously out of place a little bit. We have a Concealed Weapon here we can take. I've been really happy with this one. I think I'm going to do that. You can play it as a disguised creature if you want to, and then it's a nice combat trick because you can flip it up for 3 and equip it to a different creature immediately. I think we're just going to lock in Boros at this point. Griffknot Tracker is totally reasonable. 3 power flyer for 4 is great. Plus, the exile cards from this format is extremely relevant. There are a bunch of cards like this Crime Stopper Sprite, for example, where you collect evidence, so exiling some relevant cards from your opponent's graveyard does have good value. Cadaver, for example, another good value card. Person of Interest is our other choice here. This is a good aggro curve-out card. It's 4 mana for 2 2/2s, one of which has Menace. Do I want the Tracker or do I want the Person of Interest more? I think I'm going to go either way. That's really nice. Pick 6 Inside Source is a fantastic sign for white. Like I said, I think this is one of white's better commons. Sanguine Savior would be another good one in our deck. We would always be playing it face down, but we could flip it up for double white later on. Due Diligence is good. Granite Witness is another really good disguised creature. So it's nice that you're able to actually play like off-color creatures in your decks. This one will be the double white to flip up, which is a little bit awkward when we have some double red, but it's not too hard to get some good stuff there. Like, nice removal here. Pick 8 in black, but we're going to ignore those and just cut off the white. This one's fine. I haven't been too impressed by it. Wheeling another Bullrack Clan Basher. Red Herring, I hate to say it, is good in this format. Combat tricks are fantastic in this format. We're passing meddling youths. I don't care. Like, if I can get some... okay, well... Getting a 10th pick inside source is probably not correct and a really good sign for us. I think our colors are extremely open. Let's take the fuss to bother here. This is an incredible start. You'll note how many 3-drops I already have, though. All of these are 3-drops because of the disguise cost. I imagine there will be some games where we want to cast the Dog Walker on turn 2 just for curve purposes, but that's why 2-drops like the Red Herring are so good in this format, because, as you see here, a lot of people are not playing things until later. Magmaw's totally fine, don't get me wrong. I would rather have the Felonious Rage here trick. Yeah, this is a pretty incredible creature start for the Boros deck. Both of the creatures in our sideboard we could be playing in theory too. What do we got for our pack 2 pick 1? Here's one of the triple rare packs even. We've opened a Mythic. This is the Thopter Factor Fiction. It's kind of cool. And 2 regular rares. The Homicide Investigator, which is just a good 2-drop for value, and the Raucous Theater. One of the Surveil lands in the format. I really wish there was a 2-drop creature in this pack. I hate Goblin Maskmaker. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right now. We have 5 face-down creatures. I would much rather just take the inside source and maybe try to wheel the Maskmaker, or take like the Theater. Auspicious Arrival for a combat trick would be good. I think Maskmaker is terrible, but this might actually be a deck where I want to take it. Wow. Getting past a Tolsimir, Midnight's Light. If we are going to splash for something, this is one of the cards we would splash for. I have no fixing currently, but it is only a single green pip off of what we're currently doing. Other good choices in this pack for us are like Convenient Target. Nice aggro card. Innocent Bystander, just a 2-drop. There's a Technician here for the double red flip up. I think I'm actually just going to take the Innocent Bystander. Tolsimir adds power, but we just want speed and consistency, so I think that's right. And yeah, we're going to take another 2-drop here, the Seasoned Consultant. This is a little bit better when you're going like blue-white detectives, but the Consultant is still totally reasonable in Boros. This one is not very good. Kylox Visionary Inventor. We're going to just ignore that and probably take a Museum Nightwatch. Good 4-drop / 3-drop. Okay. Wow, another 3 Bullrat Clan Bashers is kind of nuts. The Case of the Pilfered Proof, I have not been impressed by this card. I think it is okay, but it's not fantastic. I mean, my deck right now has 5 detectives, 2 natively, and then the 3 inside sources make detectives. I guess the Museum Nightwatch also does, but you're not going to beat Novice Inspector in terms of 1-drops. So I'm going to take the Novice Inspector here and hope the Red Herring comes back around. Our deck needs combat tricks now and a little bit more removal. Combat tricks are oftentimes better than removal in this format. Right? You can't really interact with your opponent's creatures when they have a bunch of Ward 2 and whatnot. Gosh, I really don't want to be running the Maskmaker, but again, I think it might be okay in our deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I'm playing this, I do need combat tricks. I mean, we have another Witness, Nightwatch, and Tracker, but I don't need any more 3s and 4s. Like, could be correct to run Knife in this deck if we're doing this. Chases On is also okay, though I don't particularly care for it because it's an expensive removal spell. I'd rather have the Auspicious Arrival, that's the white +2/+2 for 2 mana. So I think Knife is going to be my choice there. This stops ETBs from happening, which is not good in our deck. I don't think we want the Hustle Bustle, even though +2/+2 is not bad. I think I'd rather just have demand. Well, the pump effect that we're looking for is the there's the auspicious arrival is the on the case. That's the 2 white, 2 colorless instant. Your creatures get +2/+1, and you get a clue. Okay, that's good. Convenient target and due diligence. I'm gonna go for the Menace Giver. I think I'm gonna take another trick here in the form of Felonious Rage over Make Your Move, but we gotta make your yeah, we're just getting everything. Literally got everything. We have a 2-pack deck. So cards I'm probably going to end up cutting. Let's see, Demand Answers. I don't think we cut any of those. I might cut one of the Felonious Rage. I need to get some more 2-drop creatures. The Forum Familiar here is fine. It has good synergy with our 3 inside sources, but... There we go. There's a nice 2-drop. Pyrotechnic Performer. This one's really, really strong. It doesn't look like much, but if you flip it itself, it already deals 3 to the opponent, and we have a bunch of transform creatures. Plus, you can always just cast it on turn 2. Another red herring, another inside source. Pyrotechnic Performer was a really good pickup. I'm hoping to cut the Mask Maker, too. If I can get enough other 2-drops... we won't need the Mask Maker. How are my tricks looking so far? We have... Actually, we've picked up quite a few tricks. Never mind, we should be good to go. Like, if we submitted the deck like this, I would expect it to do very well. But we still have the majority of Pack 3 to give us some more goodies if we can. Crowd Control Warden is okay here. Double white to flip up. My deck is a lot of creatures, so this isn't hard to turn it up into like a 6/6 or 7/7. Is that better than something else in my deck? It doesn't look like it. I guess it's really good with Pyrotechnic Performer. We might play that. There's a good pack. Scapegoat has been really solid. That's a 1-drop I do not mind playing. 1/1 haste, ETBs, you suspect it. Whenever one or more other creatures enter the battlefield, if it's suspected, you can suspect another one of those creatures. Ends up doing a ton of damage. There is, excuse me, a binding. But I'm actually considering taking the red herring here instead, which is crazy. Because again, I just want more early game plays. Okay, probably not playing any of those. I don't know. I haven't played with Caught Red-Handed, and I think I've maybe seen it cast once. But it's just a little bit too expensive. Like, it can push a lot of damage, and this would be the right deck for it, but do we really want that? I have a feeling the answer is no. I'm not a big fan of Knife if I can cut that. Wrench would probably be a little bit better if we wanted to do that, but let's take another red herring. Wow, another dog walker, another inside source. Let's take the second dog walker over the 4th inside source. Our deck's pretty good. I'm gonna cut that Forum Familiar now. Need to make at least one more cut. I guess the Innocent Bystander. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we picked up a bunch of good 2-drops otherwise. And I can probably afford to cut one of these 3-drops. Or maybe just a Person of Interest. Have our top end just be the Aurelia. Man, I want the Due Diligence here too. Over a 3rd red herring. Yeah, this deck is great. I guess 16 lands is probably fine. I don't know. I'm a little bit tempted to cut Make Your Move and just be pressure instead of interaction. This deck looks pretty spicy. Let's do it. Let's go rock some faces. This is going to be a big Boros beater. That's great. We're on the play. We do not have a 2-drop, though. But I think this is probably a little bit too good to keep. Like, you're not really going to mulligan this on the play. We just really want to draw something to do next turn. And that'll work. Hey, I'll take it. Looks like the opponent could have a shock here, but our plan is just to curve out. It looks like they are also on red-white. What you got, friend? Just a face down. Let's go herring, goat, and attack for 5. Could have also played the goat first and then the herring and given the herring menace. Okay, that's only 1 blocker. Oh, missing lands, though. Not where I want to be. I guess I'll go ahead and give our 2/2 menace. Because we can pump it up with inside sources, so that's kind of good. That's their best play. That's a good thing for us. Okay, I'm just going to attack for 2, because I think they might have another shock. Yep. Manual tap. Oh, they're just going to discard a card and draw 2. I'm alright with that. Discard the Suspicious Detonation. There's the land. I think we're going to go for the Diligence now. Nice. Good. Okay. Pressure continues. Remember, if you are a suspect, you cannot block, so that's why they keep attacking with that 2/2. They have the Tolsimir. But that should kill them, right? We play our Granite Witness face down, we tap their Tolsimir, and then we can attack with everything since... Oh, they don't die. Right, because they would go to 1 here? Yeah, but I think we still do this. Oh, wow. They conceded. I don't think they were dead. I think they might have... So I would have tapped the Tolsimir, attack with all. They would double block the 4/4 and have lost their 2/2 in trade. They would have gone down to 1. Then they can attack with Tolsimir and 5/5, go back to 4, eat a creature. I think they scooped a little bit prematurely. Right? Unless I missed something. Conversely, if I tap the 5/5, I can't actually attack with everything. Because then the 3/2 lifelink could just eat one of the 1-power creatures and they would survive at 1 again. Yeah. Oh. We'll take it though. That's aggro for you. On the draw, hand looks really nice and aggressive. Turn 1 goat, attack for 1. Turn 2 herring, attack for 3. Like, if this is a game where they don't do anything until turn 3, we are really happy. Oh, sure, they're gonna make me sack the goat. That's fine. Side source. Don't mind trading off. Playing our own out. Sure. Let's just attack for 2 and play down our Night Watch face up. We've gone 1, 2, 3, 4 curve. Pretty nice. They have a Basilica Stalker 3/4. Alright, whenever deals combat damage to a player, gain 1 surveil. Not bad. Hoping that our fuss next turn is a huge beating. That's fine. Sack a creature. That is fine as well. That's also another pretty good draw, but let's go like this. And set up for the fuss, because they're going to block one of my 2/2s. We are going to wreck their world. Boom, baby. If they attack, they probably have a Wrath, which sucks. And if they don't have a Wrath, then they lose. When this format first came out, I tried to have fun. I tried to force like Niv Mizzet and stuff, but it's just so hard to do in best of 1 like this. You really gotta be fast, is what I've learned. Alright, 2-0 with the Boros beats. On the play, and hand is nuts. Great. If you told me to guess my win rate, or rather odds of winning with this opening hand, I would probably put it at 70+%. The old 1, 2, 3 on the play with Aurelia at the top end. Should we hit 5? Oh, geez. This is a beating. 2-1 cannot save you, my friend. It's good, though. Trades with the herring. Like, if they didn't have a 2-drop here, game would kind of be over. Good news, we did find the second white source for Granite Witness. So I'm going to lead with Granite Witness here, because what I can do is now flip the Witness, hit for 4, and also sack the clue and try to get to 5th land for Aurelia. Okay. Disregard, we will not. Actually, I am going to tap down for 2 extra point of damage, or 1 extra point of damage here. We hit the land anyway, right? Man, I'm lightweight tempted to inside source next turn, and then get Aurelia online the following turn. Yeah, if they just pass here, I think we probably do that. Let's just attack with the flyer, see what they do. This could be like out cold. Exit specialist. Alright, that wasn't so bad. Sure. Tap out and let me go. Face down. Still don't think we need to Aurelia this turn then. That's kind of nice. In fact, yeah, let's go like this. Let's go red herring. Attack with everything. Felonious Rage, whatever the face down morph blocks. Assuming it's going to block one of these 2 creatures. And then we get to morph. Witness down second main phase. That's fine. Like, if they bounced our inside source, we would have still gotten value by replaying the inside source. Wasn't too bad for us, because we have board presence and they do not. Double Exit Specialist is really good, though, damn. Another face-down card. Once again, I'm a little bit tempted not to run out the Aurelia. I don't think there's a need to. Like, it's likely that they're just going to be sacking their clue this turn. But we drew a really good play of our own. If they have a 3rd exit specialist? What the hell? Holy smokes. It's one of the best blue uncommons, if not the best blue uncommon, so to have 3 of them is kind of crazy. Damn. Card is also quite nice. 3 mana 2/2 Flying Vigilance that draws 2 when it enters. And then you either discard 2 or you discard an instant sorcery or card with flying. Can they hurry up and just tap out, please? Because I'm not going to have an option but to just play the Aurelia next turn. That, they discarded a Fanatical Strength. That is really good to see go away, because that would have been a way to eat the Aurelia with the Scholar. Tap out. Use a dramatic accusation. Tap out. Bubble smuggler. 2 bubble smugglers. Alright, we're good. It's also really good. Get to draw a card here. So Scholar probably trades with Witness. They take 4. Night Watch trades and we get a replacement 2/2. Thanks. They say good game, but do they mean it? Well, I guess it is good game. Card I was really scared about there was like a doppelgang. Now what does that put us at? 3-0. Good. Keep it going, baby. Alright, alright. Got to cast our pick one, pack one. That felt good. Yep. 2-drop, 3-drop trick, and a pseudo creature trick. That's a keep in my books. Normally, these type of creatures in Magic, in Limited, have not been very good, but I don't know if that's a good or a bad sign that if this is good in this format, what that says of the format anyway. Oh, and that's going to be game over. Opponent missed their 3rd land drop and we are curving out basically perfectly. Yeah, that doesn't even matter. Gonna play the 2nd red herring, attack them. Pump up the one they block. You gotta feel a little bit bad for the opponent, but sometimes that's the way Magic is. Perfect curve out versus missed land drops. As much of a non-game as you can have. Okay, 4-0. All right, let's see. Ooh. Actually, I think this is a keep. We have 1-drop, 2-drop. I'm on the draw. So if we find up planes by turn 3, we're sitting really good. And hey, even that is fine, because it's a face-down creature for turn 3, provided we miss on a planes. I got the branch as a land, you love to see it. I think I'm going to go ahead and give the herring the menace. That means they're unlikely to be able to block it next turn as well. Tipster's good. Nice, we did draw planes right on time. We're going to go with Inside Source here over Dog Walker. That forces us to use our white source, whereas Dog Walker and Witness we don't need to use with white immediately. Alright, Tipster's going to turn into a 2/2, and that's okay. Spectre, another great draw here. And I think I'm going to try to kill their Tipster instead of their face down card. That's fine. Now I'm slightly debating if I want to trade for both their creatures. And then just play Novice and Spectre out. Actually, let's do that. Let's go ahead and get the trade. It was a Flourishing Bloomkin. Okay. Face down. Curious Inquiry to make it a 3/3. Dogwalker this turn because we can flip it up immediately. We could also flip up the Granite Witness, but I wouldn't be able to tap down their Disguise. They get to investigate whenever this hits a player, which that I don't really care about because they have to invest a bunch of mana. Alright, wait for them to pay the ward. And we can flip it in response. It's going to make it kind of hard for them to attack. Even though they miss out on 5 damage, yeah. And now we get to blow them out. We get to go more face down, attack with all. Whatever they block, we equip the concealed weapon to. Beating, dude. Frickin' beating. What was it? It was a Crocodile. Oh, and all of a sudden things are bad again because they have a Vanifar Evolved Enigma. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you can cloak a card from your hand or put a 1/1 counter on each colorless creature you control. Absolutely disgusting. The good news is, with all of our tokens, the concealed weapon does a fantastic job of still allowing us to attack, but yikes, that's brutal. Crowd Control Warden gone. Yeah, cloaking every turn's pretty annoying. That's pretty nice. Attack for 3 in the air, then play down our face down our Clan Basher. Next turn we can equip it, attack, and flip it into a 6/2 double striking Trampler. So they're gonna need some kind of trick or removal here. My other option was just to equip the weapon onto the Witness and put him on a 2-turn clock, but versus blue-green, I think developing out a wider board is probably safest. Hotshot Investigator. Return up to 1 other target creature. Sure. Is 5 to flip? Give it Menace as well. and that's game. How does a 7-3 double striking trampler sound? Lethal by itself there. Yowza. I told you, this clan basher, especially with this number of tricks in deck, is just super gross. How's that for an easy way to start 5-0? A little bit of a speed run here. Oh, has a lot of tricks, but doesn't have the creatures. Although I think it's going to be a keep. Hopefully we can find another creature, a different creature to play on turn 2. Because I think with the fuss in our hand, we really want to be flipping that dog walker. Oh, it's going to be another aggro matchup. Shoot. Okay, in this scenario, I think I'm going to have to run out the dog walker then. Just to build a board presence. B2, that's fine. Side source was a good draw. I'm going to be a little bit greedy here. And if they try to shock in response, then we can get them with the Auspicious Arrival. Because the Jaded Analyst doesn't attack unless they have drawn an extra card this turn. So. Well, that's wildly unfortunate. They had one of the cards we really didn't want to see. A lockdown effect, of all things. Alright, let's go Goat, Suspect Itself, attack for 1. And then we're going to play the Inside Source. And I don't think we're going to suspect any of these. Gear Drake's very good, so they can sacrifice the clue to trigger the Gear Drake and also attack with the Analyst if they want to. I guess it makes sense to trade with this thing now because it has Menace, or rather Vigilance. I think the red herring over there has dealt all 8 damage, right? Torch the Witness. Okay. So they kill my flyer. They get a treasure, or rather a clue. Pretty good. Oh, this is going to be a close one. They can put me on a 2-turn air clock is kind of a problem here. If they want, sack the clue and sack the herring, which is also a clue. Damn, that'll do it too. I take 5, so I'm going to need to draw a removal spell for their Gear Drake, which I don't have very much in my deck. Nope, that ain't it. This doesn't give flying or anything, right? Alright, good beats. Well, we tried to race, but they were on the play, and they had a really good draw as well, so... Don't think, I mean, some of these, like... You just can't do anything sometimes. Basically what we've been doing to all of my other opponents. Aggroing them out, curving out, and they really don't have any way to stop it. GG. Alright, let's go on to game number 7. on the play. It's a little bit awkward of a hand. I have a 3-drop and a 5-drop, but I don't see how we mulligan this. The hope here is that we just rip some other things to do in the meantime. Turn 2 Sanitation Automaton for the opponent. Again, one of the cards that in a lot of formats, not very good, curve filler, but in this format, actually kind of nice because it's a 2-power creature that comes down a turn before most other 2-power creatures do, you know? So they're playing 3-color, or maybe they're just playing that as a tap land. Let's go combat here. I don't mind if they trade. And then I'm going to main phase this convenient target on our face-down creature, because if we really want to, we could just flip that up next turn as a 4/3 double-striking Trampler, assuming Aurelia is not just a better play. They're playing many colors. Okay, well, I like seeing that. Yeah, let's go with Aurelia and draw an extra card. Get him for 7. Rather 8. Just sack it for 3 life. Oh, do they have the enchantment buried in a garden? That'll be a nice one. They do. So they get to eat the Aurelia and have 2 mana left over still. The only card I'm worried about now is the White Wrath, which is why I didn't play out the Inside Source. But if they don't have Wrath, then we should be in good shape. Well, they didn't slam anything down, so that's probably a good sign. Makeshift Binding. Dang it. It's going to put them back up to 6. I can grab the equipment back, or the Aura back, though. Oh, well, that's also just lethal. The smackdowns are real. You can't really afford to play slow decks in this format. That's what I'm figuring out. 6-1 now. Go, go, go. And hopefully what is going to be our final game as we are 6-1. Great looking hand. Hey, we finally drew our Performer. And I think this might be a good turn 2 Performer since we're on the play here with a nice curve out. The Haunch, that's fine. Yeah. Ooh, man, actually. No, I think it's right. Even though we have 2 disguised creatures in hand, it's just too much of an upside if our opponent doesn't have anything to do to the Performer this turn. That one I'm okay trading with if they want to. 10th District Hero is a huge bomb. So it's a 2-mana 2/3, which is already above rate in the format, and then they can pay 2, collect evidence 2, turn into a 4/4 Vigilance. If it's a 4/4, they can pay 3, collect evidence 4, turn into a 5/5 that gives your other things indestructible. Very, very good late game card, of course. That's great for us. That means we get to continue applying the pressure. We're going to hit them for 10 damage this turn. Tap their watch, ping them for 3, attack them for 7. Get to sack the clue here as well. Yowza. Three, 2 flyer of their own, sure. They can maybe attack with the Phantom. It's a little bit greedy. Yeah. Oh, God. Must be nice. What a stupid curve out we have here. I don't think I wanted to trade off the Granite Witness, but I'm willing to believe that could have been wrong not to have. Man, we might actually trigger the attacking with 5 creatures mode next turn. Oh, actually, no, both of them will trigger. They have the Vindicator. Very good. Another one of the crazier rares. But this looks really gross. We draw a card, we drain them for 3. They're going to block Aurelia with Aurelia's Vindicator, and then we have the Fust. Yeah, this is just disgusting. So they go to 7, and then they go to 1. Because 2/3 is going to block 2/2. 2/2 is going to jump on 3/2. And we fuss them down to 1. We wipe their board. Oh. Well, in this case, we kill them. So stupid. What a curve out we were on. I mean, their deck looked good, or at least they had a couple of bombs too, but really there was just nothing they can do with our draws. Oh man, and that, my friends, is another delicious draft in the works. First pick, the Aurelia. Red-white was extremely open, and like I said, combat tricks oftentimes just better than removal. We didn't really have a removal spell, did we? No, we just had a bunch of tricks to push through. Okay, good stuff. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back next week. Bye-bye.